Good evening, welcome to this video. This video is a short yoga practice that you can use on an evening to help you with sleep. So we're going to be working with a mudra. A mudra is an energy seal or lock. So using our hands, but also using a breath, so a form of pranayama. So this particular breath is designed to help your body have the vibration that will help you to want to go to sleep. So if you struggle with actually when you go to bed, actually being able to fall asleep, it might be perhaps you're a little bit stressed at the moment or feeling anxious. It will just allow your system to just slow down into the vibration that we will make and allowing you a peaceful night's sleep. Before we do that, we're just going to start with a little bit of a gentle practice first of all. So just sitting up nice and tall. You don't have to sit the same way that I am. You can just sit in a normal cross-legged position. Just lengthen through your spine and just take a few moments. Just breathe. You can breathe deeply if you want to. You can breathe just naturally and normally if you want to. And just see what movement feels nice right now. Does it feel nice? Like at the moment, this feels quite nice for me, just sort of rocking forward and back. For you, it might be nice to roll side to side. You might want to go all the way around. You might want to change that movement back around again. You might want to place your hands back behind you and just open and stretch a little bit and roll the shoulders. You might want to take a little bit of a stretch both sides. So just take a few moments now, just doing any little stretches, movements that feel nice and good for you. Bring yourself forwards and down can feel quite nice sometimes as well. And I want to focus around this sort of area, so around the neck and the top of the trapezius. So like just the top of the shoulders, just around here. Because we can, when we're feeling anxious and stressed, we can clench the jaw, we can really tighten this sort of area and not even realise that we're holding ourselves in that position. So it's kind of like your stress response, like that fight or flight response, and it makes us really lock up into our bodies. So this is all about just allowing ourselves to just feel relaxed, stretch out, lengthen out, take up your space. So be where you need to be right now. Just in this moment, just enjoying a little bit of movement. We're not doing anything strenuous tonight, we're just having a little bit of a movement. So from this position, we're going to bring ourselves into downward dog. Now I like to do this by rocking forward over my knees, but you can just bring yourself around into this position if that's easier for you. So hands just shoulder width apart, and we're just going to lift your hips up and back, feet hip width apart, and just sit into a downward dog position. So just nice deep breaths, looking towards your thighs, bring some space between your shoulders and your ears. And just take a few deep breaths there, just nice and relaxed. And we're just going to start to move that downward dog now. So just moving your arms and your legs, just let your head hang, nice and relaxed. Just breathing into it. Just getting ourselves prepared and ready for sleep. And then slowly coming forwards into a plank position, we're going to drop down onto the knees. And like we normally do, we would lower from this point. But for today, we're going to sit back. I'm going to show you this from the side. So sitting back into your hips just a little bit further. So your shoulders are back behind the wrists. And then see if you can lower your chest and your chin down towards the ground. So you're sticking your bum in the air and then slowly float forwards and drop your hips, rolling the shoulders. So if you've never done that before, it can feel a little bit scary at first. See how you get on. And exhale, sit back into your child pose. So just sit back into your heels, stretch it out, tucking the crown of the head down and just relaxing your shoulders and your jaw. Take a deep breath into your back. And exhale, release. Good. And slowly and gently from there, we're going to bring ourselves back up to that position. So you're just lifting the hips up slightly, bringing your hands out and in front of you a little bit further. Exhale, bring your chest and your chin down And inhale, slide through and roll up. Deep breath in and exhale, sit back into your child pose again. So you're just sitting back into your heels, stretching it through to where you can. Nice deep breaths. Relax the shoulders and the jaw. See if you can get your head down towards the ground perhaps. And then again, pushing back, lifting your hips, and exhale, lower the chest and the chin down. Inhale through, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, last time child pose. So just sitting back. I'm going to move around this way. So just sitting back. You can take the knees as wide as you like as well as you sit down in there. And just relax. And on this last one, we're going to stay here for a little while. So if you want to bring your arms back behind you, you can. I do have some clients that like to feed their hands through the centre and rest in that position. So if that's more comfortable for you, then go for that. Or just extending your arms out and in front. And just nice deep breaths. Nice and relaxed. And then on your next breath, we're just going to slowly come up onto all fours. And see if you can push back into downward dog. So we're going to lift your hips up and back, space between the shoulders and the ears like we did at the beginning. And see if you can lift your right leg in the air and just try and press that left heel down towards the ground. Bending the knee and see if you can swing that leg through, plant it down. And as you do, just dropping that back knee down onto the ground. Sliding your hips forwards and then extending your arms up and back. And just pushing it into that front knee. Palms together and squeeze the buttock. Just nice deep breath there. That's it. Just stay strong into that breath. You can look up towards the ceiling if that feels comfortable for you, or just keep looking straight ahead if that's not comfortable in your neck. Slowly and gently releasing your hands back down. We're going to slide that leg back, push back into downward dog again, hips up. And on the other side, so pressing your right heel down as you lift the left leg. Take a breath and bending the knee. Draw that leg through and plant it down. I'm just going to drop that back knee. And again, push the hips forwards and rise up with your arms. Good. Nice deep breath. So just stay. Breathing into it. Really expanding through your ribs. Allowing a deeper breath. Try and press the hips forward. Squeeze the buttock on the back leg to protect your lower back. And then slowly and gently release, bringing your hands back down. We're going to slide this leg back now onto all fours. And in your all fours position, we're going to take your right arm and feed it through and just lay down, resting your head and trying to rest that shoulder down as well. So just breathe into that space. Breathe all along your spine. Just release and let go. And then softly push down and rise back up. And just sit back into child pose for 1 second. So just relax into it. Nice deep breaths. And depending on how tired you are, just go with the flow. Just take your time with these. Gently rising back up, shoulders over the wrists, and this time feeding your left arm through. So just resting that arm down, rest the head, and just relax. And just try and take the breath into the upper back as much as you can. And just try and relax yourself down into this space. Wonderful. Slowly push yourself back up. And again, knees nice and wide. We're going to sit back into that child pose again, just relaxing the head, the neck and the shoulders. Arms either out in front or arms back behind you, tucking in the head, relaxing the shoulders and the jaw. And very gently, very slowly, just rising back up to where you can. Bring your legs out and around in front of you. And we're just going to take your feet together and take your knees wide and just bring your feet in a little bit closer if you can, and just lift in through your chest. Just lengthen and breathe. So if you want to, you can prop your legs up with some cushions or bolsters if that feels more comfortable for you. Try and lift the chest and exhale. Press the elbows down into the legs, tucking the crown of the head down, and just breathe. And then your next breath, just taking your hands back behind you, so keeping your legs in the same position, palms on the ground. Lift your chest and just press down with the legs just a little bit more. Nice deep breaths. Very good, just nice and relaxed. Slowly and gently release, straightening your right leg. Just bend your left leg, sitting up nice and tall. Extend through the arms and exhale, just hinging forwards to where you comfortably can, relaxing the shoulders and the jaw. So don't worry if you can't reach towards your ankle. What you want to do is when you reach forwards, make sure that this knee doesn't start to lift. If it does, you've gone too far. So go to the point before that starts to happen. So if that's somewhere up here, and that's where you need to be right now, just stay in that position. But if it feels okay for you, if you want to reach down to the toes, bring the crown of the head down and just breathe into it. So just stay in that position just for a moment. Nice deep breaths. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. And again, we're going to sweep this arm around the back, prop it up against your back, and exhale, look over the shoulder. So again, just feeling that all along your spine, just breathing all along each vertebrae, and into your upper back, into your neck and your shoulders. Slowly and gently from there, just bending this back leg, reaching your hips up into a spiral. Breathe, pressing those hips forwards. And slowly releasing back down and swapping over legs. So left leg extends, right leg is bent, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, folding forwards, relaxing your shoulders and the jaw. So really put the emphasis on relaxing the upper body as much as possible. Just allow yourself to sink a little bit deeper into the pose. And then when you're ready, very slowly, you're going to reach your right arm around the back, lift your chest, and exhale, look over the shoulder. Just dropping that shoulder down a little way as you twist. Nice deep breaths. Fabulous. And slowly come back round to the front. You're going to bend your left leg. And again, just propping yourself up when you feel ready. Lift your hips and sit back into it. Just breathe and extend. It should feel quite nice on your hips to press forwards. It might feel challenging for some on the shoulder, so come down and out of it at any point if you need to. Just see what you can achieve. Wow, look at my massive hand at the background. Slowly and gently release and come down. Wonderful. Just one last thing to do. Extend your legs out in front, sit up nice and tall, and exhale, fold forwards and down. So just taking some time in this pose for a moment, so just really relaxing into it. Really dropping into your breathing, just allowing yourself to relax. If you want to, you can let the hands just fall to the side of the legs. And just try and allow your upper body to really become heavy over the top. And then slowly and gently rising up. We're just going to place the hands back behind, just lifting through the chest. If you want to go further, you could bend one knee and lift, rolling the shoulders back. Just breathe and hold this one last pose. And then slowly lowering back down. So coming back to the position that we started with, so just seated on the ground. You can sit any way that you like, that feels comfortable for you. And we're going to come into what we call a humming bee breath. So this is where it's at really, if you want a nice peaceful night's rest. So from the movements that we've just made, that's going to help you to relax now into your body. And this will create a vibration now that's going to help you to relax mentally as well as physically. So for this, we place our thumbs just into that soft part of the ears there, that gristly bit, and placing your hands just on top of your head. Now it can get uncomfortable after a while holding this position. We're not going to do this for too long though, but if you need to, you can just release the hands down or even just push your ears in like that from this direction. So choose what suits you there. But the idea is that we're basically blocking off any external influence, any external sounds, so we can just listen to what's going on inside of us. So when we do that, we can hear our stomach moving, we can hear our heartbeat better, we can hear a lot more of our internal sounds, our internal voice. And then we're going to make a sound, which is a sound. So that's where the humming bee bit comes in. It will sound like you've got a head full of bees. So it's very much like a But when you do that, you want to try and get the vibration across your lips. So placing your hands in that position, we're going to take a few breaths like this. So really try and lift up and out through your chest, lengthen through your spine. Take a deep breath in. And exhale into a hum. Let's go that again. Keep going. Try and make the breath as long as possible. Few more. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Few more. One more. Just let your hands come down, just relax. Take a few deep breaths. If you want to continue with the hummingbee breath, then you can. So breathing in again. So if you want to continue with that for a little bit longer, you can always pause this video to give yourself a little bit more time. But if you feel ready now, if you can feel that vibration moving through you, can feel more relaxed, then you can just untangle your legs and just roll down into your mat and relax. So you can let your legs down, coming down into just Shavasana, into the corpse pose, relaxing your head and your neck, just leaving your arms by your side. If it feels more comfortable for you, you can always bring your knees together and your feet wide to take the pressure off your lower back. So stay in a position that feels good for you and just relax for a moment. So just take some deep breaths here, inhaling and exhale. Either in through your nose and out through your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth, whatever feels good for you. Just taking a few deep breaths. Just allowing yourself to slip into a peaceful state. See if you can just let your shoulders relax a little bit from here. That's it. Just focusing on your breathing for a moment. From the hummingbee breath, just allowing that vibration to move through your body now. Allowing a calm mind and a calm body. And if you are ready to go to sleep now, you might want to move this to where you are sleeping, to your bed, and just lay there, just taking a few deep breaths, closing your eyes, just allowing yourself to drift into a peaceful sleep. So I'm going to leave it there with this video. In this state now, in Shavasana, just allow yourself to be really calm. If you do need to go and do things like go and clean your teeth or wash your face or anything like that, then just do it slowly. Try not to put too much thought into it and just allow yourself to get off peacefully to sleep. But this particular video is probably best to do once you've done everything else you need to do and you are actually ready and prepared to go into